Hello, it's Rigers! Welcome to the second part of Hellfire PvP build video. The link for the first part will be in comment section as pinned comment. And in this video you will see the full build, DPS test and more. So let's begin. Let's start with our skills. So the first one is Consecration, and I am using the Essence Anointing Brimstone. So here is the important part, because it grants immunity to chill and freeze while active, and that's the main reason why I am using this Consecration. Now you can see how strong this build is for clearing the idol. Look at this, how the enemies are losing their HP, and 3 kill, 4 kill, and it's killing them immediately. Then I have Judgment. Essence is Yawning Crows, and it's burn the enemies over 2 seconds, which is very important for our sets, which you will see in a few seconds later. Now we have Condemn, Conjuration of Light, and our primary is Sacred Fire, and again here I have Essence, which burn enemies over 2 seconds, which again is important for our sets. My paragon is still Brawler with these 5 skills, and my special skill is Benefactor, because when I use skill which buffs me, it grants me a shield, and it can be active every 30 seconds, which is very important for our cursed gear, which you will see later. Let's move to my cursed properties, because here I am using 6-piece Nettled and 2-piece Ghosted. 6-piece Nettled, so after you gain a shield, for the next 6 seconds every time you are hit, you will counter-attack, dealing 40% of your damage to all nearby enemies, which is good, but additionally, damage dealt to enemies hit by the counter-attack is increased by 16%, which is very strong. Cannot occur more often than once every 30 seconds, so every 30 seconds it can be up, which is very well suited for this build. And then I have 2-piece Ghosted. Create an illusion with 40% of your life when you use a buff skill. The illusion will take portion of your incoming damage and last for 6 seconds, which is good too, but it's only every 90 seconds. And now I want to show you, or let's back to my skills and look at the Consecration. Consecration is considered as a buff. As I showed in the paragon, our special skill is Benefactor, which works every 30 seconds when I am using skill which grants me a buff, which is our Consecration. So when I press the Consecration, look at this, I am shielded, which is mean that our curse properties, 6-piece Nettled, is active right now, and so I can automatically trigger our 6-piece Nettled every 30 seconds, which is perfect, and it's perfectly complementary together. Let's look on my set pieces. So I have 2-piece Vitius for increasing beneficial effect durations. Then I have 2-piece Baron, and as you saw, I have 2 skills which burns my enemies over the time, so it's increased the duration. That's the main reason for it, and it works well. And then I have 4-piece Mount Bank. For me, 4-piece Mount Bank is backbone of my PvP builds, because it increases your survivability a lot, and it gives me a shield, which again works complementary with my 6-piece Nettled. Heal up and get back to action, and the idol is again full of enemies, and we are brutal right now. And look at this, again there's 3-4 enemies, we have 6 kills, and idol is secure, but I lost a lot of HP. Oh, but looks really well. My legendary gems are still same, so it's same in my every build video, so I'm not going to talk about them. They are not the best, but neither the worst. I don't have unlimited money, so I have to make some compromise here. but it is what it is and works well. Let's move to our legendary gear. So my helm is Anointed Brimstone, which is for my Consecration Essence, and it grants me immunity when it is active to chill and freeze effect. My chest is Heart of Grandeur, which is our Condemn basically. Shoulders are the Yawning Crows, which is our Judgment, which burns the enemies. My pants are Permanent Reproach, which increase the radius of the Heart of Grandeur by 29%. My first main hand is Horn Splitter, which burns the enemies. My second hand is Trial by Fury, and let's look on this one. Oh, come on, sorry guys. Let's look to this one here. Taking damage causes your next socket fire to detonate on hit, dealing some damage, additional damage to nearby enemies, which is good. Now, my first offhand is Torrential Refrain, because Torrential Refrain is very important for this build. Condemn immediately triggers all continual damage on the targets it hits, causing them to take the remaining damage instantly. Very important and very strong. And my second offhand is Gallows Grin, which is strong too, because enemies affected by your Consecration take almost 23% increased damage from you for 3 seconds, which is very good. So it's our essences, and my Reforge gear you can see here, and I am stacking attack speed, beneficial effect durations, critical hit damage, skill damage, and primary attack damage. On some of my pieces I changed the critical hit damage to damage versus players increased. So that's my Reforges. Your skill rotation should start with Consecration when you engaging the enemies, because it protects you from chill and freeze effect. So you should start with Consecration, then the Yawning Crows, and then the Heart of Grandeur. And then of course it depends how the situation looks when you use the Conjuration of Light. But this should be the proper skill rotation. Now let's test our DPS on 10-second window. Okay, and as you can see, for PvP build, the DPS is very high. It's 40 million per 10 seconds, and damage per second is in average 4 millions. Let's look on the breakdown. When our socket fires deal 9 million, Consecration 2 millions, our Judgment 18 millions, and Condemn 1.7, Legendary Gems 8.5. So it's very strong. So conclusion is that the Hellfire build is very strong when you are sitting on the idol or securing the idol, because the burst damage is super high. On the other hand, the downside of this build is that you are not a hunter, because you are slow and sluggish, and sometimes the Consecration, specifically the Essence Anointed Brimstone, can kill you if you are very low on HP, because it deals damage to you. But in overall, this build is very good and very strong, but still you need a good team around you. But finally Crusader is able to be a killer again. So thank you guys for watching, and see ya next time.